Murder, She Watched contains adult themes and adult language. Listener discretion is advised. Murder, She Watched is for entertainment purposes only. Hello, couch detectives. Welcome to, I almost said welcome to Monsters of God. Welcome to Murder, She Watched. My name is Amy. I'm your host. I'm here today with my fellow Libra pet detective.
Yep.
Becca. Hello, Becca. Good morning.
Good morning. Reporting for duty.
How are you feeling after the emotional ride of Blackfish?
I actually really feel good. And I knew once I was kind of spiraling about it. And I had to
exercise it.
Yes. And I was like spewing orca facts at everyone and SeaWorld facts at everyone. And I was at a children's birthday party on Sunday, and that's really not the conversation for a 6-year-old's party. But I took it there because, it's me.
Yeah.
But now I
You
feel
have to
better.
warn those 6-year-olds. Do not ask your parents to take you to SeaWorld.
Well, I cornered parents in the corner. Have you ever been to SeaWorld? Do you know that word? Poor people don't even know me. But now that we spoke about it, I feel better. I feel...
Good. And I would like to say on air, you did a great job with the note-taking, the discussion. I was into it. I was like following you anywhere you were leading.
Good. It's Shark Week this week on Discovery. Yeah. And I haven't watched Shark Week in years. But last night we turned it on and it was Orca versus Jaws.
Oh.
And it was a whole episode about how in the Spanish islands, there's this canal, and this is where all the orcas are attacking the yachts.
Ooh.
And it was fascinating. So I highly recommend a follow-up to Blackfish. Watching Orcas versus Jaws. It's very little sharks. Mostly orcas attacking yachts.
I'm obsessed with the movie Jaws. Like I'm obsessed with the entire franchise, really. But it's very similar to like I have an obsession with Jurassic Park, absolute obsession. If it's on, I will stop and drop everything I'm doing and sit down and watch it.
It's a classic.
So good. We went out to dinner last night for our anniversary.
Ooh.
And I ordered dessert to take home.
Ooh, always.
Yeah. And because I'd been like really saving up and wanting dessert. And by saving up, I mean just not stuffing my face full of sweets at home every day. So I was like, I'm going to get a good dessert when we go out to the restaurant. Sorry, allergy season. But I had eaten too much at the restaurant. So I'm like, I'll just bring it home. And like, I need to like wait 2 hours until my food settles to the bottom. So we're watching this new show on Apple TV called Invasion. It's really good. The Invasion.
Is it about aliens?
Yeah, of course. So we come home and we're watching that. And I'm like, oh, I forgot about, I ordered like this cappuccino cheesecake thing.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm like, I can't eat the whole thing, but I'll eat half of it. I was up until like 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, because of the cappuccino.
Could not sleep. I was having all sorts of anxiety.
Oh no.
I took a gummy. I took a melatonin. There was so much shit in my system just to try to knock me out. It was like when they try to take down an elephant.
Yeah. Oh.
It was wild. So yeah, that happened.
Yeah. In my older age now, I can't have caffeine drinks after about 2. Yes. And I used to love an afternoon coffee more than I used to never have a morning coffee, and I would always have an afternoon coffee after lunch.
Yeah.
Now I can't do it, and it was one of my favorite little treats.
Yeah, it's really, and then when I think back, I was just telling you, I was on Axel's podcast doing House of the Dragon. We recorded at like, I think 1:30.
Yeah.
Now that you mention, I drink my coffee the whole way through. So I was drinking coffee till about 3:00. Then we went out to dinner. Then I had cappuccino cheesecake. I'm an idiot.
There was no
now it's all making sense.
Yeah, you were just racing.
I don't know. Oh, you just can't take the fat girl out of me. Like I always need to eat that cheesecake. I'm sorry, I just do.
What's really hard for me is my favorite dessert is creme brulee, and you can never take that to go. It's not an option usually. But I always ask, and they always look at me like, girl, do you even know what a creme brulee is?
I like that a lot, but you know what my favorite is if it's on the menu, and it rarely is, but last night it was, and I didn't get it, and I should have gotten it, is key lime pie. I love key lime pie.
So one of the so we have a food bucket list for our road trip, and then we have like an activity bucket list.
Yes.
And one of the items on our bucket list is a very particular place. We want to get a slice of key lime pie in Florida.
Okay.
In the Keys. Yeah.
Well, speaking of Florida,
speaking of Florida, yep. Oh, man, Florida's the wild. They say that California is the wild, wild west. No.
Florida is, they're just rolling back regulations constantly. Yeah. Like, let's just take those regulations away.
I understand it's 2026, but what year is it in Florida?
Good question.
About 96?
Here's my problem with Florida. Okay, no offense to anyone who lives there. Florida can be and has been a beautiful state. But now they are, the gun laws are getting real loose there. Ooh. And like you can open carry almost anywhere. And I'm like, I just don't feel like all the work that I've done in the gun violence prevention community, like I just don't feel safe going there. Like I've got to wait until they tighten that up a little bit.
Tighten that up. Yeah.
Because if I was at a grocery store and I saw somebody come in with a big intimidating gun, I would be very scared.
Oh, that's not a culture here. So it would be, I would be terrified. Even if you live in that, I don't know how you get used to that, but I guess you just do. But
yeah. So like it's a beautiful place to visit, and I'm sure there are more regulated areas of it, but I'm just I'm not into it right now. Let's put it that way. But I've had some very beautiful vacations in Florida. Like we went to Anna Maria Island. It was probably one of my favorite vacations of all time.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to going to the Keys and that whole area. It looks gorgeous. The water. I had a great time in Orlando. Miami, it was a little overwhelming.
Miami.
I felt like a troll. Yes, I felt. I have. I feel usually pretty good about myself. I'm not. I'm like, yeah, this face has never done me wrong.
No. Miami will break your confidence faster than a McBee boy.
Yes. Everyone is tan, gorgeous. Yeah. Boobs, legs,
size 0.
And a lot of still even in this day and age, a lot of roller skating and roller blading around. I think that's how they stay fit.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we're going to be in Homestead, Florida, which I believe it looks over by Tampa.
Is it in the swampy area? Because it looks like swamp. Like, no offense to swamps, but it looks more swampy than.
No offense to swamps. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
It's not beachy, but it's more.
Oh, I was wrong. I thought it was on the bay side. Or on the Gulf side. It's not.
Oh.
Okay, so Homestead is, it's south of Miami.
Oh, okay.
So it's south of Miami. It's a little inward. Yeah, it's kind of by the Everglades. You're right. It's pretty close to the Everglades. So
he feels like a swamp guy. You know what I mean? Like he needs to be in there.
Yes. So this is Monsters of God season 1, episode 1, The Fever.
The Fever.
And we start in Homestead, Florida, and we meet Tommy Crutchfield. Tommy's a reptile dealer, and he introduces us to some monitor lizards.
Wow.
Very big lizards. They look like dinosaurs to me.
Their face looks like a T-Rex face.
Yes.
Like the way it moves and how it's fascinating to me.
It would eat the shit out of me. Like it would just.
And when you see him, when he's sitting on the table and he has that in front of him, it takes up the whole table.
Yeah. Yeah. They're huge.
Huge.
Tommy says he's the lizard whisperer. So he's going to be a central figure here.
Yes.
So now we go back to Eric Goode. And he tells us making this movie about reptile people is personal for him. Because now we learn a little bit more about Eric every series that he does. Yeah. First, it was like I'm into big cats. Then it was I'm beginning to think Eric is one of these people.
I have one eye on Eric Goode at all times. I don't trust him. He seems to be able to ease into some shady characters pretty easily.
He really, I always, when we were watching Tiger King, I would say to Timmy, like, this guy has balls of steel. Like he just would go into these places and you're like,
Yeah.
So, excuse me. Eric's been keeping reptiles since he's 6 years old. And he says, I was part of the problem. I bought them from some sketchy people. But this has given me access to an industry filled with crime syndicates, smugglers,
Yep.
and not surprising after our coverage on Blackfish, big American zoos.
Wow.
Not Blackfish, I'm sorry, Tiger King, where we learned that all the tiger cubs were coming from Joe Exotic.
And Blackfish, because how you got every single orca somewhere. Yeah.
So we also meet Hank Molt, and we learn that these two hate each other.
What a character this Hank is.
It's very Joe Exotic, Carol Baskin coded, isn't it?
You have to have an arch nemesis in this world, or else what's the fun in it?
And I feel like Hank is more the Carol role, where he seems to have a lot more money in the beginning and is kind of quote unquote trying to act like he's above board.
Yeah.
And Tommy's a little more loosey-goosey. And I think that's because Hank's in Philadelphia.
It's a different
Tommy's
world.
in Florida. Very different world.
Hank seems to be he thinks he's playing the long game, where Crunchfield is just like a bull in a china shop.
Yes. So during these interviews, these guys are getting scratched and bitten by their lizards. Like Tommy's like, oh, here's my monitor lizard. It's like, takes a chunk out of his face. He's like, oh, it's just a little flesh wound. Nothing
it happens every day. You should be here. And the whole time he's sitting there, they forgot to bandage the one cut. So it's just dripping blood. So gross.
Kind of like Stephen Avery when he had that cut on his finger and was like bleeding all over the place while committing murders. Like, you want to bandage that stuff up, guys. Just FYI.
You don't want DNA evidence everywhere.
No. Tommy was born in Florida in the Panhandle. Now here we get this is Wild West shit.
Yes.
Because the Florida Panhandle in the 70s and 80s, I mean, I don't even know if it was civilized. I don't even know if it was settled.
He was like, people were on horse and buggy.
Yes.
Like, you're not that old.
You're as old as me, pretty much.
Like horse and buggies? Okay.
And then he says, everyone was poor here, including my family. But when I was 5, I found a ring-necked snake. And from that point on, all I wanted to do was work with snakes. Yeah. So he finds this place called the Snake Emporium. And it sounds like it's like whenever I think of the Florida Panhandle around this time, I think of American Horror Story Freak Show. Do you remember that season of it? It was Freak Show, right? When, oh my God, were they in Homestead, Florida?
Oh my gosh, were they?
American Horror Story Freak Show Town.
Is that where like ringing?
Oh no, it was Jupiter. It was Jupiter, but they're pretty close. Oh no, Jupiter's fake. Never mind.
No, there's a real Jupiter, Florida.
It's a Jupiter. Why is it telling me it's a fictional town?
Oh, maybe for the show. But there is a Jupiter, Florida.
But there is a Jupiter. Thank you. Because my former boss retired there. Ooh. And I think it's just north of Miami, I think. Ooh. Okay, so when he's 16, he starts capturing cottonmouth snakes for Snake Emporium, and they paid 50 cents a foot.
Wow.
And he would catch hundreds.
He was the richest kid in high school.
He was your James Spader in Pretty in Pink.
Oh,
he was driving around in a convertible, an IROC Z.
Yes, an
and
IROC Z.
He was just terrorizing women, I'm sure.
Now, he wouldn't wear a leather jacket because, it's Florida. But I feel like he would have an open button shirt that probably Adam has today. Adam
from Married at First Sight. Yes. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, like those are his those are his old shirts that he's wearing.
So he starts working there and he becomes a guide, and that's where he meets his wife, Penny. And they literally got married at the Snake Emporium.
Yep.
Tells you how into it this guy is.
And she seems cool with it. She was the cashier, so she likes snakes too.
Yeah. Hank Molt was running a business during this time called Philadelphia Reptile Exchange. The names of these businesses are hilarious.
Why are they trying to make them sound so formal?
I have
Like,
no idea.
just
I
be
have
like,
no idea.
snakes, lizards, and more. That's what mine would be called.
Snakes are us.
Yeah.
So he worked on importing exotic reptiles, and Tommy became enamored with this list.
Yes.
Like he would see this list and he's like, these were things you never saw before. Kind of like when you used to get the Sears catalog when you were a kid.
Yes.
Or the JCPenney catalog. And you're going
Oh.
through it and just highlighting shit you want your parents to buy you for Christmas, like Uptown.
Yes.
And then your parents never do.
Nope. And you like fold the pages and circle everything. Yeah.
Mhm. And you turn into a 48-year-old adult who still wants Uptown and will never find it.
And that's for tomorrow in therapy.
So Hank says, or I'm sorry, Tommy's wife Penny says Hank Molt was tall and shifty and a snake himself.
She's like, if you were looking for a shady character, he would just pop right out at you. You knew him.
Hank says the reptile world was wild. People would buy snakes from me overpaying their child support. Dude, I'm not surprised by this.
No,
at all. We just covered Tiger King.
Most men will go to Taco Bell before they pay their child support.
Many will. Yes,
like,
many.
Let's not give too much credit there.
They would get tattoos of the snakes on his reptile list. And Hank says you had to be slick and sly to do this. He says, I lived multiple lives. And then he says about himself in third person.
Yes.
Hank Molt was a mystery, an enigma.
Yeah.
Like, okay, dude, calm the fuck down.
And then they're like, do you have any friends? And he's like, nah.
Now, couldn't you picture, hello, cats and kittens, Carol Baskin here. Carol Baskin is quite the big cat rescuer. Carol Baskin loves big cats. Like, she would totally talk about herself in third person. This is where I'm saying they're very similar.
And so would Joe. Joe would talk about himself in third person.
It's true. He got a job. Hank got a reputable quote unquote job at Kraft Foods when he got out of college. And he's like, I learned a lot about mayonnaise and cheese, but I didn't give a shit about it.
Yeah.
And as he's making good money with Kraft, he starts buying up exotic pets, exotic reptiles. And he says he started, are you ready for this? He would read magazines like National Geographic. Who is moved to write to people in National Geographic? I've never heard of this.
I mean, it's just commenting on someone's picture now. Like, but it's crazy how without the internet and without any real resources, this man just started randomly writing to people and became one of the largest snake smugglers in the world.
He's writing to people and being like, can you sell me that snake that was on page 8 of National Geographic this week? And I guess they're like, yeah. Let me send them to you in a box.
Yeah. Or he's like, can I come to Guam to your village? Like,
yes,
sure.
It's so wild to me.
Yeah.
So one day he quits his job and buys a pet shop in Glenside, Pennsylvania, which is just north of Philly.
Ooh.
And he gets rid of all the domestic animals that are in there. Cats, dogs, throw them in a bag and drown them in the river. I'm putting reptiles in here.
Kittens, schmittens. No one likes those.
And then, kittens in a pet shop are the cutest thing. Not a pet shop, but like when you go to PetSmart and they have them in the rescue cages.
The little adoption ones, yeah.
The other day I was in there, I forget what I was getting. And I was over by the cat cages. And I was like so emotional. And the lady came over to me and she goes, don't worry. They don't leave here until we find the perfect home for them. I was like, okay.
You're sobbing looking at the kittens. You're just having a whole nother emotional story go on.
So he sent out his first price list, sent it out to zoos, and he put crazy prices on them, and people are paying it. He's like, oh, monitor lizard, I don't know, $45,000. And people are just paying it.
And he's like, at this time, zoos had the budget to pay, and they would. It's crazy.
And they were setting up, zoos were starting to set up reptile houses, which were becoming very popular. And he starts traveling the world now, going to jungles, looking for reptiles. He said, I carried a gun and a machete. A gun in case I had to protect myself, a machete in case I had to cut off a limb or a finger if I got bit by a taipan, which is a poisonous snake.
Yes. And a taipan can take down 30 men in one venomous bite, I think they said, or something ridiculous.
And then he said, Becca, that he was flying all these snakes around and stuff just in suitcases, Jeff Lowe style.
Like, thank God we have the TSA. Could you imagine? Like, you would just walk on to United with 2 bagfuls of snakes and put them in the overhead compartment?
Yeah. Wildlife regulations, he tells us, in the late 60s were almost non-existent.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
And then the 70s happened and Earth Day. This is Eric Goode telling us this, I believe. And an environmental consciousness came about. And in 1973, the Endangered Species Act changed the reptile world. The laws made it more challenging to own these animals, but because of that, they became more valuable.
Yes. Now, everyone besides Eric Goode in this documentary are like, F this law. Boo.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Everybody hates it.
Yeah. It's the worst law that ever came into existence. Yes.
Yes, 100%. So Tommy, meanwhile, is starting to do shows with deadly snakes. He's wrestling a king cobra.
Yeah.
Then he starts buying and sell them. And he opens, are you ready for this? Tommy Crutchfield's Reptile Emporium. No, I'm sorry, Reptile Enterprise.
Oh,
Hank calls Tommy a hot-headed little Florida guy.
Okay. I mean, that's a good way to describe it.
Sure. You know who Tommy kind of looks like? If you're watching 90 Day Fiancé, he looks like Shay a little bit.
Oh, to me, you're not going to know who this kid is. He looks like that artist who just recently passed away from the helicopter crash, Charlie Tree.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's really young. He's a big Gen Zer kind of guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
but he looks identical.
You are right to know that I would not know him.
Yeah. I'll send you a picture of him and you can see.
Okay. So Tommy admired Hank. He was a little bit younger than Hank and he kind of looked up to him. And Hank lived such a cool life and Tommy wanted that life. So they start doing some trips together. And guess what Tommy starts doing? Putting out a price list that kind of looks exactly like Hank's.
It looks like, and he doesn't lie. He said he did use it as he used it. He copied it, copy paste. It worked for him. It'll work for me.
Yeah. He says he used it as a template.
But is really typing out what you have and then adding a price to it like that? Like, whoa!
I have no idea. It's not groundbreaking.
No.
So Hank says, when Tommy created the price list, I was like, okay, whatever. Hank doesn't have friends, but he says he has a large posse of guys who would hang out at his place. And we see all these bikers.
Yeah.
And he's like, we would go to bars and beat the shit out of hillbillies.
Like, really?
Okay. Hank says, I had muscle. Oh, okay.
Not in his own body, but around him. Yeah.
Marie Palladini is the government presence here. She worked for U.S. Fish and Wildlife, and she says Hank would recruit guys for his smuggling operation. So now we're going to get into Hank's criming.
Yes.
Because Hank was criming.
Oh, Hank was a criming.
Yep. We meet Ed Selbucky, and he's literally on his deathbed in this thing.
I gasped. I was like, oh my God.
He is literally in the hospital, connected to what looks like a respirator, barely able to talk.
Yeah, but Eric got him on camera. Eric doesn't care.
That's some dedication, Eric, to get the first person, to get the primary source. That is dedication.
Also, it seemed like this guy was really wanting to talk some shit about Hank, though, too.
I know. And Ed Selbucky was here we go with you meet the craziest people. He was a big karate guy who ran a sex club.
Who was also an orphan taken in by a girl. But isn't this the plot of the Karate Kid?
It's so wild to me. His sex club had a buffet from Sam's Club that he ran.
Amy, if you're in that world, you still are talking about his karate sex club.
Yes. It was quite the show.
Yeah.
He had what Hank calls the minerals. So Hank calls balls the minerals. You got to
Yeah.
have the minerals, the stones to do this work.
At first, I was confused by it, and I was like, "What minerals does he?"
I
And
was
then
too.
I
I'm like,
understood,
is he a mineral dealer?
and I was like,
Because you never
"Great,
know.
now we're selling rocks."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about Eric Goode's body of work. You would believe anything that he put in here.
You don't know where he's going to take you.
He could be like, and he owned a diamond mine.
Yeah,
And we'd be like, okay.
and the only way he got the diamonds is he sent orphan children down there. He'd be like, "Oh, sounds about right."
So we also hear about Steve Levy. He was like a little dorky college kid at the time, and he was like real into this world too.
Yeah. And he's living in Thailand right now, right?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
And Marie tells us that Hank's operation was very sophisticated. He had aliases, he changed costumes, and Hank does this on camera for Eric. And he's like, I posed as a pilot, a zookeeper, and we see him in all these different costumes. It was kind of hilarious. And I'm like, is this where Carol Baskin's husband went, Dean? Is this where he is?
Oh, and he had a lot of private planes.
Yeah. Did they know each other?
They 100%, all of these people in all of these documentaries intersect somewhere. They all have been at the same weird convention at some time in history. They all know each other.
Dean and Hank absolutely went to an ocelot convention together.
Yeah, or they know Tim Stark through this guy who knows this. They all, I believe they all know each other. It's all in the same area too, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. He and Ed Selbucky even formed a nonprofit in New Guinea. Oh, this is something.
Oh, man.
They gave speeches and they held events, but really they were just trying to get weird reptiles, like exotic reptiles. They traveled the world. They even went to Bangkok during the Vietnam War.
The karate guy was teaching karate at the prison.
They hired some, quote, call girls. And Steve Levy says, that was only my second time getting laid in my life. So he's in Vietnam, in Bangkok, I'm sorry, not in Vietnam. He's in Bangkok during the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
And he's getting laid. I don't know what's happening here.
Catching snakes by day, getting laid by night.
But in the end, Hank fucked over all of them and kept most of the money. Are you shocked, Becca?
No. Hank being shady? No, never.
Now enter, because every story has to have one, the eccentric billionaire. I feel like Eddie Allen, who's the guy we meet, I feel like he's got the vibe of the Russian oligarch who owns a orca.
Yes.
In a private collection, which
that no one can see.
I can't stop thinking about, Becca.
I can't stop thinking about it.
I need to see it. I need to see the tank, the setup. I need to know all about that.
I need to know, is it in their house? Is it in their backyard? Is it in their country home? Are they having parties? And I also want to know who works for him that's taking care of those orcas.
Like Tiger King taught me to be nervous about, like, what do my neighbors own, right? Now I'm wondering, is there anyone near me who owns an orca? I don't think so.
Do you live near any, what are they called again? I can't say that word. Oligarchs?
Oh, oligarchs. The oligarchs.
Yes. Do you know any?
No, I'm in rural Pennsylvania. There are no oligarchs here.
Oh, I think you're safe. Mark safe.
Yeah.
Check.
We're safe. You have more of a chance of having an oligarch near you.
For sure. There's one in here. Yeah, no. I better keep one eye out.
So in 1974, Hank meets Eddie Allen. Eddie is rich. He's a stockbroker, and he had played for the Chicago Bears. He was real into hot air ballooning.
And everyone's like, he was a man amongst men. He was a gem.
Yes,
he was a pillar. Like, who is this man? Like, he's walking on water.
He wasn't interested in reptiles, but what he was interested in is traveling the world. Yeah. One eye on Eddie Allen. Where's he going?
Is he only going to Bangkok?
I think he's going where he can find young women.
Yes.
So he footed the bill, and Hank and Steve kind of acted as his guides, and they were loading up the animals while Eddie was like basking in the jungle. And they got a ton of animals, but there was a problem. One time they're coming back, and there's a U.S. Fish and Wildlife agent at the New York airport, Joseph O'Kane. And Joseph O'Kane is like, look, I was getting ready for Christmas vacation. We're like getting ready to head out, but like someone tipped them off to Hank's operation.
Yep.
And they question Hank and they know immediately that he's lying.
Well, yeah, he's so shifty. He really is a shifty guy.
He's real shifty. Eddie Allen says, okay, now that the heat is on, I'm going to take all the reptiles. And again, Eric, he's a good filmmaker. He finds these great people and they open up to him, which is fantastic. But he's not good at like drawing, like giving us enough context to understand where the story's going.
Yeah, he can, in the side quest, he can get confusing, but in the main characters, he's got it.
Yeah, because I'm not sure really what happens here, but like somehow we end up with Eddie Allen taking the feds out to the Pine Barrens in New Jersey and digging up a mass grave where he had buried the animals alive, the reptiles alive.
Now, I'd like to know how it doesn't, I don't disbelieve that Hank would tell him to do that. Like,
I don't know.
Like, how did he, there's a lot of confusion, but also that's probably them also not telling their true crime stories.
That's true. I literally wrote, what are we doing in the Pine Barrens? Oh my God, are the animals buried here? Can reptiles survive being buried in bags? This is what a fucking idiot I am.
Yeah.
Oh my God, no, they're dead. Oh my God, this is sad. Oh my God, he buried them alive. Like it was dark.
And then I was like, oh, when I was thinking about all like those the suitcases full of snakes, I'm like, are all those the same snakes? Do they all want to be together? Like, are we just having, like the emoji with the sack and it has the dollar sign? Is it just like sacks like that with lizards and snakes?
I know. And I really think as a country, as a culture, we tend to objectify reptiles and not think of them as animals.
Yeah.
But like they are living things that did not deserve this. Like it's so horrifying to think of them all being buried alive and suffering and dying.
And some of those lizards and turtles have been here much longer than any of us. And it is their world, not ours.
When you say turtle, I think of Bronco.
I know. I'm having a crisis with Bronco.
Guys, Bronco is Becca's very cute little turtle.
Yes.
Who sometimes makes a little noise for us on the podcast.
Yeah. You can hear him sometimes, but I'm having a crisis now. I'm thinking I need to get him a bigger tank. We're talking about buying $1 million home so that we can build a pond for him. We want him to
$1 million home in San Francisco. So like an 800 square foot home,
a shack. After watching Blackfish, now I think of all animals differently. I'm going to be honest.
I know it really fucks with you.
Steve has promised me he's happy and that he's not a turtle that would live with others anyways. Like they live alone. So he wouldn't have a family. He wouldn't have a wife and
I think he's okay. I think he's okay.
Yeah. He looks very happy right now.
And you guys play with him a lot. So I'm sure he's fine.
I mean, this turtle eats better seafood than I do.
He gets to watch TV with you guys.
Oh, he watches TV all day. I will. I'll leave the TV on for him during the day so he has some entertainment.
All right. So the government, Hank is indicted, on 200 counts of I don't know what.
Yeah,
but
he gets line him up. He gets
an amazing lawyer and he ends up only serving 90 days. But it was the first time that anyone in the United States had ever gone to jail for smuggling animals.
Yeah.
Eddie Allen was fined $10,000. The government realizes that most national zoos had gotten stuff from this operation, including the National Zoo, which is part of the government. So they're kind of like, Homer Simpson into the bushes. Like, maybe we're not going to pursue this too strongly here.
And they got told, we have congressmen who sit on this board. Like, no, thank you, sir. Close the book. We're done.
In the mid-70s, fish and wildlife were not taken seriously, we are told. They called them duck cops because they could arrest you if you shot 8 ducks instead of 5. So we have this in Pennsylvania. Like you get your hunting license, you're allowed to shoot a certain kind of deer, a certain amount of deer. I think you're allowed like 1 buck per season and stuff like that. So
and I think fish and wildlife still don't really get from what I've seen around here in the Bay, they don't get a lot of respect still. Like it's a tough job.
Justice for the fish and wildlife.
Yeah, they're doing a hard job.
So when Hank is arrested, however, the Fish and Wildlife Service was at this weird point in time where they're starting to become a federal operation with investigation powers.
They're like getting tight. They're tightening up the ranks there. Yeah.
And then all the changes that we see to Fish and Wildlife now, like now the fact that they can arrest people and stuff like that is all because of Hank.
All because of Hank. It's so crazy. Thanks, Hank.
Mm-hmm. The zoos are gonna zoo though. They still want their, what does my mother's obsessed with? There's a reptile called something dragon. Oh, let me see. She's obsessed with one and wants to see it. Reptile called dragon. Oh, everybody's probably screaming right now. The Komodo dragon.
Oh, is that the little guy who goes and he runs? Yes. Yeah.
So my mother's obsessed with seeing one. She's always wanted to see one. And I've refused to go to these. Like when we were in Florida, she wanted to go to like one of these reptile places. I was like, no, not happening. Not because of some moral stance. Yeah. I'm just, I don't like reptiles. They creep me out. So I'm like, no, thank you. But now I have to tell her we can never go. You can never see one. You're just going to have to look on TikTok. That's it.
Yeah. And that's the best way. Just and enjoy it in the wild doing a runny thing. Someone for sure, National Geographic to that.
Yeah. So the zoos just decide, okay, too much heat on Hank. We're going to go to Tommy Crutchfield. And I just wrote, these zoo curators are out of control.
Out of control.
Like, who would have thought these zoo curators are like, they're probably like hanging out with like Burt Reynolds in the 70s, like drinking beer, smoking cigs, and like buying illegal animals. I don't know what's happening.
They're like, hey, you want to see if this bear can smoke a cigar? Yeah, it wasn't good times.
Tommy goes to Malaysia and he meets Anson Wong. Anson Wong owned a reptile company and he was like, I'll get you whatever you want. You got it. And Tommy and Anson were doing big business together. Tommy said, I sold animals to every zoo in this country. And he did a couple of $1 million a year and they were really rich.
Yep.
But Tommy's wife says, Tommy always wanted more. Wasn't enough.
Yep.
Tommy, just throw that into like a Roth IRA and just invest and be on your way. Yeah. My man, you didn't get caught. Let it go.
Let it go. And you can tell that Tommy probably doesn't have a lot of pots to piss in today.
No.
He spent that money.
Hank had no other choice but to start selling to Tommy at a deep discount.
Oh, and you know that hurt his heart.
And Tommy's just blowing through money. Now it occurs to Hank, wait a minute here. I can't let Tommy make this money. I'm going to change my name. And he names it Herpetophania.
Yeah.
Did I say that right? International? No, that can't be it.
I don't know. It was too hard for me to say.
Herpetophania. I think that's what it is.
Is that like the scientific name for lizards?
Yes, for like reptiles.
Reptiles.
I don't know. Science is not mine.
Yeah.
Tommy comes up with, well, I'm going to call mine Herpetophania Incorporated.
It was
and Hank is like, okay, motherfucker, game on.
They're like on opposite sides of the street, like dueling.
It's like Coming to America where they name their fast food restaurant McDowell's.
Yeah.
So now we meet Dwayne Cunningham, and he is a flat out circus clown.
Yeah. Man, how many people involved in the circus also are involved in this animal world?
Well, here's the thing, and we've heard about this before. There's a lot of circus performers in Florida. Remember, what did we just do where the person lived near Barnum and Bailey?
It was Joe Exotic.
It was Joe Exotic. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, because we went to his backstory.
Yeah,
that's right. And so like, this is a large thing in Florida. There are a lot of circus performers, especially in the 70s and 80s when the circus was like at its height.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. As a kid, we went to the circus every year. I'm not going to deny it.
Yeah. We did too. That's when I saw the elephant and screamed and threw a fit, and my mother had to carry me out of there.
Yeah. No, I even still remember Gunther Gable-Williams. It was his farewell tour, and he was the tiger trainer. And that's how invested I was.
Okay.
But is there still the circus college in Florida? Are people still applying and going?
I'm not sure. Guys, let us know.
I know, like they don't do, at least here in California, you can't have animals in your circus acts anymore.
Yeah, I don't think here either. Yeah. Which if Pennsylvania's doing it,
it may have become a federal, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when I was we used to have a circus in the mall parking lot when I was a kid,
Mm.
and I was little, and my mother took us to the circus, and they had like the little elephant that would just walk around
Aw.
outside, and I thought the elephant was coming at me. I was probably
Yeah.
like 4, and I started just screaming at the top of my lungs, and my mother could not calm me down
Yeah.
and had to take us home. So we didn't get to
Aw.
see the circus, and my
Oh,
sister's
still
still,
upset?
still upset about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see as an elder sister, I would hold that
Mhm.
against my younger sister.
I had weird reactions to animals when I was a kid. My neighbor had like an Afghan dog, and I
Ooh,
was
those are freaky.
I was so terrified of
No.
it. I couldn't even like leave the house.
No,
Crazy.
they look like humans with that long
Mhm.
hair. No, thank
Mhm.
you. Ew,
Mm-mm.
creepy.
Mm-mm. So Hank is running this thing, and so's Tommy. So we meet Dwayne Cunningham, like I said, and he goes to work for Tommy as his manager. And he says when he got there, Anson was providing Tommy the reptiles.
Yeah.
And the Fiji Island iguana was the most
Yes.
coveted iguana in the world.
In the
apparently.
world. Yep.
And Tommy had 2 sides to his shop, very similar to a lot of the stalls in
Mhm.
when you're down in Soho shopping in New York City, like, oh, go in the back for this.
Yeah.
There were 2 sides to the shop, the retail side and the quote breeder side.
Mhm.
Tommy's daughter is in this documentary, and she's like, yeah, my dad did not hide those iguanas. They were just right out there like an idiot.
And she's just as wild as her dad. Like, you can tell she's got that spunk.
Mm-hmm. Someone rats them out because they saw the Fiji Island iguana. So I want to look up these iguanas and see what they look like, because they did show us them, but I want to see, like, are they that distinct that you would know them?
They looked very pretty. Like, they were.
Oh, yes. You know what it is, Becca? They have very bright white striping.
I'm going to look it up really quick.
So I think that if you saw one and you saw the white striping,
Mm-hmm.
do you know what I mean? That you would immediately be able to identify this thing.
Oh,
Do you see it?
wow. Yeah.
They're beautiful. They're light green and they have the
Yeah.
big white stripes.
They're gorgeous. They really are very pretty. And it all kind of like their head and their body all like flows into one. So it's not
Mhm.
like 2 separate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really pretty.
So Tommy says, I didn't know what to do with these iguanas. I couldn't sell them or turn them in. I couldn't kill them. So I just kept them. And the San Diego Zoo was the only place in the country with Fiji iguanas. So Tommy tried to send them there covertly, but people started asking questions, and the curator's like, I got to get rid of these things.
They're like, we had 4 iguanas and now we have 6, and these are 2 grown iguanas. What happened
How's
here?
this happening? So Fish and Wildlife are working overtime now to get Tommy. And Vance Eddy is an agent in particular who is like pretty much stalking Tommy.
Yep.
And Tommy hates this guy with the fire of 1,000 suns.
Still to this day, he's like, F this dude.
Mm-hmm. In an act of desperation, Tommy calls Hank.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, we don't get it clear like what happened here. So I wrote, Hank takes the iguanas, but somehow they died and he put them in alcohol to be preserved.
And you know that Tommy's side feels Hank killed the iguanas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. There's something about, I wouldn't doubt that Hank wouldn't kill
100%. But it's not explicitly said.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm very confused. Like, Hank doesn't say how they died.
No,
It's not like a Tim Stark where he's like, they just died of heat exhaustion in the back of my van while I was banging some chick on the strip. It's more like they just died. Like, death just happened to them.
Yeah, it was sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So a few weeks later, everyone says that Hank killed these things.
Yeah.
And a few weeks later, Fish and Wildlife call him and they want to arrest him for taking the iguanas. But instead, Hank's like, give me Vance Eddy on the phone. I got a story. And he flips on Tommy and tells them everything.
Yep.
Tommy and Anson Wong are indicted. Tommy pleads out and gets 5 months in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to share your quote of what Tommy said about being in prison?
My favorite quote, and this is the quote I would take with me when I went to, if I ever go to prison. He's like, federal prison, not so bad. Actually, I thrived once I got my attitude right. What does that mean? I thrived once I got my attitude right.
I don't know. Did he become a boss in there, or did he
Yeah.
like become somebody's bitch in there? Like, what happened to this guy?
I think he started crime and in prison. He
Probably.
met more connections to crime.
He probably formed a little reptile business and started handing out a list.
Oh, I bet you
And
he
was like calling people on the outside and being like, you need to deliver XYZ to this place.
Yeah. Hey, do
Mhm.
you like snakes? I got a
I mean,
snake
I
for
wonder
you.
if they were delivering stuff to Mario down there.
For sure, Mario has a big snake.
The American Scarface, as he calls
Yeah.
himself. So while Tommy is in prison, Hank sends him letters. Okay.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, okay. I just wrote, he sends him letters, but then we see the letters. He
They're
does the
chain letters.
ransom style when you're like
Yes.
cutting words out of a magazine. And he's sending him like people with no eyeballs and shit.
And blood. He's coloring the eyeballs with Sharpies and with red Sharpie and dripping blood out of their eyes.
And the letters are saying, fuck you, Tommy.
And Tommy's like, this dude is crazy. He's a psychopath.
And I just, Hank admits these letters were fucked. But like,
what's
okay.
wrong with Hank?
I don't know. And this is the start of the black market of the reptile world. And that's where we end. What a banger of a first episode.
What a cast of characters.
What a cast.
Like, you can't make up a 70-year-old man who was cutting out images from the magazines and sending it to another man in prison.
No. With blood-colored eyes and saying, fuck you.
Or that he hung around motorcycle gangs and was selling like, who are these people?
And beating up, quote, hillbillies.
What does that mean?
Where are you finding hillbillies in a Philly suburb is my question. They must have had to go a little further out.
Oh, maybe they were driving up to your area.
Maybe.
Like, I'm not saying there's hillbillies there, but it's more rural.
There are. We live amongst them, and that's fine. Many times we consider ourselves hillbillies, so it's fine. All right, Becca, this has been a ride.
Man, I can't wait for the rest of this.
Yeah, guys,
Where
we'll
is
be
it gonna
dropping
take
these
us?
every Friday. So hope you're following along. You can watch them on HBO.
Yes.
They air Thursday nights. Our episodes will drop Friday morning. And if you are enjoying what you hear, stay with us because Becca and I are going to be doing the Idaho murders.
Yes, it's gonna and full transparency. I know the case. I'm not blind, but I have kept myself very sheltered from a lot of the details. I know I did not watch even barely the parent statements when everybody was it really, because like I have children this age.
We have children literally in college. Your kids are graduating, but of this age. And I'm going to be covering our coverage is going to air as I'm dropping my daughters off to their college apartments.
Yeah.
So it's tough. And I didn't want to do it. I held off.
There was another one that came out and we talked about doing that one and we both weren't in a good place emotionally. I don't know if we are now either. Yeah. But so we're going to do it together. We're going to hold each other.
Two Libra crybabies.
Yeah.
Getting through it.
And what's crazy is that as this documentary is coming out, there's a lot of stuff happening in the news with this guy right now. And he's backtracking. And so, I think it will be a little timely for people to remember what he actually did. Yeah.
And Kyla and I are doing Casey Anthony.
Oh, I cannot wait. You guys are going to take her down.
And if you want to sign up for Murder Club, which is $8 a month, the link is in the show notes to this episode. You can hear, we're going to do the main documentary on the free feed, but then we're going to do all the supplemental documentaries on the Patreon. And we're also, Becca and I will be doing true crime headlines. We're going to try this new type of episode, and we're going to do that twice a month. So we'll see how it goes. We're kind of trying something new.
And if you're a pet detective like us, we did Tiger King. We did the Doc Ansel story.
We just did
Blackfish. So you can.
We also did the Staircase.
Yes.
And
the Murdoch
we did
murders.
the Murdoch murders.
Yes. And just as everyone knows, we were about 20 years late on the staircase.
Yeah. But boy, did we get into it.
Man, was it a headline for us?
I think we covered that for like 3 months.
It was our whole last summer.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Thank you, Becca.
Thank you. This has been fun.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.